Hi everyone. This is the demo of my project, and the project name is MediTranslate. It's basically healthcare translation web app, and it's voice to text. It has various features such as voice to text, AI powered medical translation, text to speech playback, language app, and it's responsive as well. Now, without any more technical jargons, let's get on to the working of the app. So now let's first of all run it on the local desktop, local workstation. I am running it using the npm run dev command, and the complete app is made up on the Next.js. So yeah, npm run dev. It's saying us to go on the local host 300 3000. So let's click here and go there. So it's localhost 3000. Now we the user gets the four options for the translation: English, Hindi, Spanish, and French. Presently, I am explore. Let's explore the English to Hindi translation. So let us say I am a doctor, and my patient is Hindi speaking person. So I will be using this app to help the communicate to get myself help in the communication with that person. So let's say I want to ask to my patient, how is he or she feeling. So let's start. How are you feeling today? Are you fine? So as soon as I stop the recording, it goes on to it fetches the OpenAI API and asks to translate, and then it gives me the response. So as you can see, it already translated and it gave it to me. आप आज कैसे कैसे महसूस कर रहे हैं, क्या आज आप ठीक हैं? And also we have the option to narrate this thing. Whatever the translation is there, we have the option to narrate this thing. So let me click here, and if possible it might be audible. So
आप आज कैसे महसूस कर रहे हैं? क्या आप ठीक हैं?
let me narrate it once more so that it's audible.
आप आज कैसे महसूस कर रहे हैं? क्या आप ठीक हैं?
So this is the example or the demo of the English to Hindi translation. Now, if I want to do the vice versa, like let us say for the sake of like on the ongoing conversation, we can't go and we can't do every time selection. It kind of become tedious. So I also added the swap functionality. Like you could use this button to swap the English or to the source language and the target language. Now Hindi becomes a source language and the English becomes a target language. So now let's test this functionality as well. मैं बेहतर महसूस कर रहा हूँ. As soon as I stop the recording, it gets compiled by the Next.js and goes to the backend, that is in the API of the OpenAI, and then it gives me back the translation. So it gave, I am feeling better. And now let me narrate it once again through this speaker button.
I am feeling better.
So yeah. So this is the overall functionality, and also it could be used to translate in the other languages. Let us test some foreign language. Let us say I want to test Spanish for the sake of the demo purpose. Okay, so I will be speaking something in Hindi and it will be translating in the Spanish. Okay, so let's start. मैं बहुत अच्छा महसूस कर रहा हूँ. Me siento muy bien. So in Spanish, it gave me the translation in the Spanish. Now I will also use this speaker button again to demonstrate this thing, this functionality as well.
Me siento muy bien.
So yeah, it spoke me siento muy bien. Now let's move on to the overall coding structure and how the functionality and what generative tools I use to make this thing. Since the vibe coding and AI coding is on the boom, so I also adopted various techniques like taking the help of LLMs and the various openly available APIs. So let's move on to the code structure without wasting any more time. So the entire UI is made here. Okay, in the page TSX. Yeah. So entire UI is made in this page TSX folder, and as you can see that I have use state to define the predefined state of that particular thing, like input languages or input output language. Like it's like the default state, default I would say values that that particular thing hold, the particular kind of a component holds for that, for the reason. And for the speech language map, I have used like um, yeah, so map string and for English, like I have made the for telling my GPT or for telling my OpenAI, my OpenAI LLM, that which language is your source language and which language is your output language. I have used this, and it's a kind of better, like if I wanna use some kind of a translation API, so I could also adopt in that thing as well. So I have used this ENUSHI. Actually, these are the codes of the language, and this is my recording function. And I have used the WebKit speech recognition API provided by the browser. Almost all popular browsers support it, right from the Edge to the Chrome. And so this is the core component. This is the core functionality which I am using to recognize the whatever the person or he or she is saying and get it like uh, written on the screen, and like send that thing onto the backend API, which further goes and translates and gives us the response back. So this is the overall thing. And yeah, so that was the for start recording, and when you and this is a stop recording function. So it's basically the most important thing, because whenever you click on this stop recording button on the UI, this function gets called, and this function is the thing which it gives the transcript of the text to the backend in the JSON format, and also tells us and also tells the which output language that the LLM should use, and what is the input language as well. So yeah, it is also the important aspect, important component of our thing. And similarly, the speak translation, like I'm telling about the speak translation thing. Actually, the speak translation function is the thing which I am using to like narrate the whatever the translation I have received, and I am using this window speech synthesis thing. Okay, so and for mapping, like which language the translation is in, I am using this encoding thing. EN for US based English language, ES for Spanish, high E, IN means Hindi, FR for French. Or currently the this app support 4 languages. And yeah, and also from here you could define, I have defined the like pitch, like for the utterance rate, and the language map tells what the output language is, and by the default it takes the US language. And this swap functionality is also added by me, and this is a swap function which handles it like whenever you click on that UI button, that two arrows thing, the functionality of the swap uh, like gets called, and this function is actually called, and it swaps like the previous language gets to the like source language gets onto the output language, and output language gets into the input language. So this is the thing which it does. So yeah. And also set transcript and translated text to the null. It means that whenever you swap, the previous translation will get erased, and it's necessary, I think so, because to ensure that no one gets confused. Now moving on to the overall UI, I have used the generative AI for improving the UI thing. And I since I am currently in the phase of learning of next, so I use Gemini to enhance the UI, to get the uh, get some help as well, to improve to make it more intuitive. So yeah, from like it's yeah. So from here like whatever you get the dialog box of selection of languages, you get it from here. And this is the swap icon I told you earlier, which you are using to swap the thing. And this is the output language thing, what the output language you could choose from there. And this is the SVG, the icons are being fetched from here. And yet I also tried adding some functionalities, but that's for the future scope. So now this is the output thing, which where you get the output, and this is the action button, stop recording, start recording, all those things. And yeah, so this is the overall UI. And also one of the most important thing for this product is that it is end to that it is no audio stored, and this is uh, end-to-end encrypted as well. End-to-end encrypted, like no one could read your data almost like whenever you and actually the since the data is not stored, and it gets like fetched by the backend, whenever you are not sending it to the actually to anyone anything. So it's encrypted as well, and no audio is stored even. Now coming on to the backend part. Backend part is there in the route.ts, and sorry for this thing, actually it was just yeah. I have used the environment variables for testing my API. Sorry for giving this API key, and I have used the Open Router API, OpenRouter.ai, for getting the API keys. Since the Open Router is like kind of a place where you could fetch the keys or multiple LLMs, almost you just have to change the name of the particular uh, particular model, and then you could use that model from the same API key. I am able to fetch uh, model, any model, almost a model of any brand, whether it's Gemini, whether it's OpenAI, whether it's DeepSeek, whether anything, almost anything. I could use any model through this open router thing. And also it gives us some amount of free request as well. So that's also the thing which motivated me to use this. And the most important thing in this thing is in this overall route.ts folder is its prompt. Actually the prompt engineering is used to like get the desired output. So this is the prompt I used. You are a medical translation engine, as suggested by the assignment, and the task is to translate the input text into the target language, And I also mandated the strict rules like output only translated text, do not add explanation notes, repeat that input text, include codes, punctuations, formatting, blah blah blah, medical preserve medical terminology. If the input is already in the target language, return it unchanged, and also the input text and the target language. So this was the overall prompt. Yeah, it's the prompt is also being given to the LLM so that it gives us the desired result. The target language, that language map thing I already told you, ENUSFRHI, that was the thing. And this is the model from, yeah, this is the place where you could choose your any model. I am using the OpenAI GPT-4 Mini, which is quite known for its desire for giving the desired results, and also it's quite stable as compared to the present day models. And if the let us say, for the sake that if our API gets used too much, so it might not result a response. So we have also added the catch error block, which also catches the error, and also gives us the return code 500. Okay. So coming on to the overall features, yeah, it is the mobile first AI health powered translation web app. So since it's the mobile first, so it should also be responsive as well. So to test the responsiveness, let us move on to this, and let's switch on the developer tools CTR shift I, and yeah. So as you could see that it's like uh, whenever I select the particular device, it gets adapted to that uh, dimensions of that particular device. Let us select iPhone 12 Pro. So it's get adapted again, and it's quite responsive for the mobile UI design. And let us say I wanna see this thing on the Surface Pro 7. So yeah, it's quite of a responsive, almost. So now moving on to the further features, text to speech playback. I already demonstrated this. Privacy first design, yeah, it's quite of a it keeps the uh, it doesn't store any audio or the transcripts, whatever you have said, the anything, like it doesn't stores your conversation. It keeps the privacy first. It's the privacy design first approach. Like it keeps it it doesn't like focuses it doesn't records anything. The most important thing in present day for these kind of apps are like they often record the things, or they sell their users data. So these things are not happening. We are just using the API key of the particular LLM, and then it's going there and it's coming back, and no transcript or no audio is being stored at all. So this is the privacy first design approach. And for styling we have used a Tailwind CSS. Yeah, I have used generative AI models for getting the help for rapid prototyping. And I have used the browser synthesis API for text to speech, which I told you earlier. uh, yeah, where it is, yeah, window speech synthesis thing. And yeah, and the deployment is also there. I have already deployed it on the Vercel, and I told you that open router I am using for getting the API key, that model. Now let's move on to the deployment part, where I have deployed and how have I deployed. So this is the deployment link, and let's copy this and paste this here. So yeah, this is the deployment link. and this is the deployed working version of my app. Now let's test this as well. Let us say for the sake I want to test this English to Hindi, or let us say let us move for the English to French. Let us go for the English to French. uh, yeah, what are you doing today? So it's saying the cafe vous aujourd'hui. uh, let's use the translation sorry, narration thing to narrate this translation whatever we have received.
Que faites-vous aujourd'hui?
So yeah, the almost everything is working fine. uh, Source language, output input, target language, input language is also, the swap is also working fine, and it's also responsive in the deployed version as well. It's quite responsive. iPad mini, yeah. So this is the deployment thing, and so this was the overall thing, and this complete app is made on the Next.js, and yeah, and it's quite useful for the medical professionals for reducing the communication gap, and it has some limitations as well, like at present it supports only 4 languages, so we need to add some more additional languages and dialects, and also I am thinking to add the manual text input mode for the future enhancement as well, and also the real-time word-by-word translation could be added for the continuous conversation. So these are the things which could be added for the future scope. At present, also the uh, yeah, the role-based UI, the UI could be enhanced as well for the role-based, like for the patient side, for the provider side, healthcare provider side. So these are the actually the future scope, and generative AI already told that since the translation normally translation engine could like result in the translation of even the medical terms to some weird kind of thing. So that's why we are using the generative AI and LLMs for the translation related work. And also I have used the generative AI for its development. I have used GPT and Gemini AI for the development thing. Actually, uh, I use the Gemini to improve and overall enhance the UI to make it more intuitive, and AI assisted development helped me a lot. So this was the overall thing which I developed, and it's quite useful for the people. So this was the overall demonstration and walkthrough of the project. Thank you. Have a nice day, and thanks for watching.